There are a lot of things that nobody prepares you for after birth, a lot of things that nobody told you is going to happen to you immediately after you give birth, a lot of things that will tear you apart and make you cry after you've given birth, a lot of things that made me cry. If you want to know what this is about, then definitely keep watching. Welcome back to my channel. Of course, you know when I'm here, it's your baby girl Josephine Kenichi, and this is Life of Casey Joe. If you're an existing subscriber, thank you for sticking with us. If you are a new, you're just passing by and you stumbled on this video, of course, you want to click on that subscribe button and become a family member. It's all good vibe around here. So today I want to talk about the things that made me cry after giving birth, the things that nobody told me was going to catch up with me, the things that I feel nobody actually prepared me for. Like I feel like someone had told me that this is this and this and this are things I'm supposed to be expecting. I would have been mentally prepared for it. The way I was prepared for childbirth, I was mentally prepared for whatever was going to come to me during childbirth. So either it was whether it was going to be vaginal birth or cesarean section, I was mentally prepared for it. I heard of episiotomy, I heard of a lot of things. So I had mentally prepared my mind that however I was going to go, I was ready to go with the flow. So nothing actually surprised me eventually when things went the way they did. So for me, I felt like if someone had told me that this was what I was supposed to be expecting after birth, I'd have mentally prepared for it and it wouldn't have been a shock for me. But I came out after giving birth and all these things just came to me back, 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 and I was like, it just caught up with me and it puts me in a state of shock, sort of. If you have been on this channel, you will definitely know that our baby is a baby that we prayed for. Yes, it was not so long. We didn't stay like 10 years or something, but it was an urge of mine to have my own baby. We got engaged February of 2021 and we got married November 2021. Mainly after our engagement, it was something that was already on the table that okay, we wanted to get pregnant so and so time. Like it was a timetable kind of thing. So when we finally got married, it was now like what is going on kind of thing. Yeah. So I gave birth and the first thing that hit me was the fact that I could not lactate well. I just felt like immediately after you give birth, your breast will just start pumping, like it's just be all day. But for me, it was not like that. It was a toggle. It was a struggle. It was everything. Like there was nothing we didn't try. They'll tell us drink bitter leaf, drink palm wine, drink plenty akamu. It's going to come out and everything. I did all that, but it didn't work. My baby was latching on my breast, and somehow the thing was not just coming out like that. And because he was latching on my breast, I don't know, there were a lot of dead skin around my breast side. So after a while, I had breast sore. Hey God, this was the worst. Like nobody told me. And if you've experienced this thing, breast sore, as a mom, you will know how painful it is. Like it was painful when my baby just puts his mouth on my breast. Hey God, I'll go to heaven and come back. Like I started contemplating life. Every time someone tells me put your baby's mouth to your breast, like if you just tell me that, it's as if you want to kill me. No, just go kill me, just bring knife and kill me already, because like I really wanted to do that. I really wanted to breastfeed my child. I had mentally envisioned myself breastfeeding my child, my baby latching on me and me looking at him and us having high contact and everything. I had mentally told myself all this was going to happen. So this was a new development. How can my breast not be flowing? Like why? And then what is this thing like? Nobody told me that that was going to happen to me. So it was a struggle. And the worst part was everybody was around you was making it seem as if you not wanting to breastfeed your child was a fault of yours. You not wanting to breastfeed your child was you being selfish. You not wanting to breastfeed your child was you not wanting to bear pain. So my husband will go, babe, put his mouth to the breasts. It lets him keep sucking. If that is the only way the breast will heal and that is the only way the milk will come out. You prayed for this baby. Hey God. I'm already going through guilt. I'm already going through a lot of emotion as a mom. I'm already going through feeling at a loss that I can't breastfeed my child. And someone is constantly telling me that my inadequacies is because I'm trying to be self, because that was how it sounded to me. Like, okay, you're being self, because how would I not want to breastfeed my child? How would I not? So, like, every time he kept saying that, I was, I wouldn't say hate, but I was resenting him, sort of, you know. He did not understand what I was going through. Sometimes he'll come and say, I have asked everybody. He too, he was also at a loss, you know. At a point, he was at a loss. I knew he was at a loss. If he could do something to elevate my suffering, I know he would have done that. But he did not understand the level of pain I was going through. So he definitely could not understand why this was happening or why I was refusing to breastfeed my child. So that was just the logical thing for him to say. In his mind, he was trying to console me, he was trying to remind me of our journey, but it was not helping. Like, it was not helping. All he was doing was reminding me of my inadequacies. So sometimes I stay alone and I cry. Now that will bring me to the next stage. As I'm even remembering, I'm getting emotional because so that will bring me to the next stage that I went into. Now, going through the fact that I had asked God for this baby, I never really thought when people will be talking about postpartum depression, I'll be like, what will make me go into postpartum depression? I mean, I prayed for this baby, so that can never happen. That can never happen to me. I was bragging before I gave birth. Little did I know that that was something that was going to come for me, and I would be at a loss against it. Like, I wouldn't have any power to fight it. Like, postpartum depression came for me. I gradually saw myself going down, going down. There was no day that passed by that I did not cry. There was no day that passed by that I did not I don't go through a sort of emotion. Like, another thing, so I was actually asking my husband to get me a breast pump. Yes, we got a manual breast pump. That didn't help. And I was not asking him to get electric breast pump, but he kept insisting that people had told him that if the baby keep latching on the breast, no matter how the pain is, that that is the only way the breast sore will heal. So I should bear the pain. So, like, all those things, just I felt like it was being mean for not getting me the breast pump. But eventually it got me the breast pump, but it was after a while, like a long while. So after getting me the breast pump, I pump my milk, and I couldn't get more than 120 mil, you know. I couldn't get more than 120 mil. Every time it was just 120 mil, 120 mil. So I just I just found myself just going down, 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 down. That I was sinking. I was just, sometimes I'll be, my people will just put his mouth on my breast, and I will, like, when the wave just go, the wave of pain just go straight to my brain, and I'll just start crying. Like, I'll be crying. Sometimes I don't want people to see me, like, I don't want my mommy to see me and get worried. I don't want my younger ones to see me and get worried or something, or start asking me, Auntie Kelechi, what is it, and stuff like that. So I would just be wailing inside my mind, or wailing, like, you just see tears coming out, but I'm not really. That was a lot. I'm not even going to lie. So postpartum depression came for me. Like, at a point I wanted to hate my child, but I just couldn't even fathom it because I'll look at him and say, I will never hate you. I will never hate you for coming because you are a blessing to me. But this whole stage is really taking its toll. Sometimes I look, my baby just looking at me like, I can hear you. You'll be looking at me eyeball to eyeball, but postpartum depression is real. If anybody tells you that it's not real, I mean, it's actually real. I feel like the reality of giving birth and the struggles that come with it takes people, like, it comes so fast that you can't even take a break. Nobody prepared you for it, so you just sink into a state that you don't even know, like, and a lot of things are going through you. I did this cesarean session, of course, so I was going through a lot. I was going through pain, I was going through everything that you could think of, like everything. So then having to add the breast sore thing to it, having to add everybody around me to it, I couldn't even share my struggles with anybody. My mom is a nurse, and she, at the point, she didn't even understand, because she'll be like, breastfeed him now, breastfeed him. My breast self initially was, there was a way my breast was like, the nipple was not out. She had to use syringe to bring it out, and I bear that pain. That one was another pain. Like, I had to bear it. So she couldn't understand it. And another thing too, my baby is a heavy eater. So no matter how much it lashes on the breasts, the he still wouldn't get food. He will still be looking for food. Although we started giving him baby food from the day one. The reason why we started giving him baby food from day one was just that, because I did CS, automatically I couldn't breastfeed him immediately they brought him out. So before I could see him was the next day. So we had to give him now that first day to hold him with the mindset that my breast was going to pump out, but it didn't pump out. So from then on, he just started taking like a supplement. I just give him small, but while we're still waiting for my breast milk to pump. But after a while, we just gave up hope. So we were giving him nan food. My the reason why all those things caught up with me was that I was expecting, like I said, that eventually we'll win off nan food and just focus on the breast alone. But instead of doing that, we had to start relying on the cow food to feed him, like the nan, and then using the breast milk as supplement. Later on, we found a schedule on how to do it. I give him nan in the morning, then we breastfeed in between, and then we give in the afternoon, and then we breastfeed, and then we give in the evening, and throughout the night I breastfeed. We just try to do all that, and somehow it was working for us, and it's still working, because that's the method I'm still using till now. So postpartum depression is real. Like, is real. If anybody tells you that postpartum depression is not real, I mean, that person needs a reset. Sometimes I don't know how it is for those that did vaginal birth. I don't know. But for me, from where I'm coming from everything that I've said here, I know for a fact that no matter how much you prepare yourself, there are just a lot of things that experience alone can teach you. Like, if someone had told, like I said before, I wasn't one of those people that felt like postpartum would catch up with me because of my history and how much we really wanted to have a baby. But it did. And I'm glad I'm here talking about it. And last, in as much as I felt the urge to hate my child, instead of doing that, I actually drew strength from him. Whenever I see him, it gives me the strength to still put his mouth to the breast, despite the pain I was going through. So sometimes I'm going through that pain, but because I necessarily have to give him breast, I will do it. Anything I have to do to elevate my child's pain from him and focus it on me, I will do it. Like, let him not face any pain for a real. Let me be the one to go through that pain. I will definitely take on that pain. But it's not as if any part of that journey is easy. No part of it is easy. Like, I sometimes I wish that someone had actually told me that, okay, do this and do this, so that you don't get to see this and see this. But I just had to necessarily find out by myself, and that was just a lot for me. I'm thankful that we survived it. Every once in a while, my nipple still pains me when I put his mouth to it. Every once in a while, when he latches on my nipple, I still see heaven. But it's all fun. At the point I was scared, because there was a doctor that told us that if we are not careful, because I we use feeding bottle, the one with the nipple, to feed him. So he was telling us that if he continues feeding with feeding bottle, but since feeding bottle is easier, he may naturally just not want to work for the food, which is breast milk. Breast milk you have to draw before it comes out, but with feeding bottle it just comes out. So for some lazy children, they will not want to go through that stress of drawing and dragging. Since this one is just coming out, like, okay, I just stay, the milk is just coming, give it to me. I'm going to just choose this one. So one day you can just wake up and your baby does not want to breastfeed. It was funny how when he said that, I got scared. Me, that when you tell me to breastfeed my child, I would literally want to go mad. I'm the one now scared that it will stop breastfeeding, because these days when we wake up in the morning, he breastfeeds, and then I'm all smiles right now because all sweets right now. So we breastfeed for a while. That's our time of bonding. And when we are breastfeeding, my baby is a tapper. He taps me at the back like, okay, well done, mama, well done, mama. Sometimes he drags the nipple and all those things. Those things are the things I feel like are going to create fond memories for me. I'm enjoying the whole process right now, and I'm enjoying bonding with my child. I enjoy giving him breast milk, but it still doesn't erase the fact that I went through hell. And I wish someone had told me that this was going to happen. Because, yeah, if they had told me that this was going to happen and it eventually happened, I feel like I would have been ready for it. So, bonus points. My baby came out carrying a lot of hair. So, that naturally left me with no front hair. As you can see, I don't have hair in my front, so I just have to use edge control to help it. But having a child is a blessing. I'm not even going to lie. I see my baby, and the whole smile that it brings into the family, the joy. You have someone to do. It's really interesting. Yeah, so that's for this video. I hope you learned it's not too. Definitely get your breast ready for breastfeeding. I think there are a lot of things people do to get their breast ready. Like, people start applying Vaseline 7 months into it. People start massaging. Some persons scrape out dead skin. I don't know. Yeah, I heard people do that. So just get your breast ready. Ask your mom question. Go ahead and ask them. Don't just assume you know it, because when it happens, hey Jesus, you don't want to go through breast sore. So yeah, if you've ever gone through breast sore as a mom, if you ever, please can you share your experience in the comment section? Let us all learn. Share how it was. I want to like and share this video. Let a mom get to know what to expect, because let that mom, your neighbor, that your friend, that your neighbor, that your sister, get to know what to expect. And yes, I'm gonna see you in my next video. But before I go, you are too fast gone. Are you feeling my makeup? More, it was a tug of war for me to do this makeup. Like, this is past 10. Yeah, and I started doing this makeup like around 5. I was supposed to do it earlier during the day, but somehow my baby boy had a different plan for me, and I was tired, so I slept and all that. Then when I started doing it by 5, it started being all clingy and everything, so we had to do our jibbly, and he finally slept like around 8:30. So I continued my makeup, and I'm here. I'm thankful that I was able to achieve this video. That is a struggle. The struggle I go through. Sometimes I feel like um I have the urge to always do makeup because I'm a makeup artist, but every once in a while, sometimes you just come and see me that I didn't do makeup. So take me like that too. Hey, you can now finally go. Bye.